Welcome to my kitchen, Judy's Keto Kitchen, and instead of me, you're seeing my basil garden. That's one bin that's all basil. This other bin is half basil and half red cherry peppers. Our basil is just growing incredibly well. I have had to find different ways to use basil. I made pesto. I have a ton of pesto frozen. I started making basil chimichurri, and now I'm making basil salt. So we'll go back into my kitchen and I'll show you how to make basil salt. Here we are back in my kitchen, Judy's Keto Kitchen. You just saw my basil garden. It's just going bananas. We've harvested I think 4 times now, and today I did a big harvest. This is what I harvested this morning, and that's just like a quarter of the bin. So I'm just trying to find different ways to use basil. Before we make the basil salt, and I made this about a week ago to see if I liked it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So you're going to have to try this. But first of all, Precision PSMF Blueprint for Weight Management and the cookbook that goes along with it. These two books combined will help you. It helped me lose weight and maintain it for the past 6 years since March of 2020. If you just get one book, this Blueprint for Weight Management, it's not just about Precision PSMF, it's a lot about metabolic health. And then if you choose to do Precision PSMF, this cookbook will help. We do PSMF a little differently than other people, and it's the only way that works for me. So, to begin with, I have in here 136 grams of salt, and I use the red salt, sea salt. You can use any salt that you normally use, and that's about a half a cup of salt. When I made it last week, I measured a half a cup, and then I weighed it because I like things by weight. And to that, we're going to add a cup of firmly packed basil, which mine was 57 grams of basil. So let's measure 57 grams, pack it in there. And this is a little Ninja food chopper, which I love. It is so easy. If I had to do this in my Vitamix, it would be so hard. And you don't have to be exact, because in baking you have to be exact. And something like this, ballpark, if it's more than 57 grams of basil, that's fine. It's just a little more basil taste. Now this is 64 grams, and I'm going to go with it. So then you process this. I'll check to make sure all the basil, oh yeah, that looks good. Can you see that? Oh, that looks good. Whoop, there's one little basil leaf. All right, well, I'm just going to push it down and process it a little further then. I could take that one leaf out, but, you know, I don't mind processing it a little more. Beautiful. So You're going to spread this out on a parchment-lined baking dish. Do not touch the blades of a food processor, please. I also love rosemary salt. I did, last year I did something, some basil, rosemary, and all different salts, but I didn't do it this way. What I did, and I'll show you the difference. This is my basil salt from last year. I just chopped up basil, put it in salt, and it has a nice basil taste. But this year with this basil salt, look at this. This is what I did last week. This, oh my goodness, this tastes so good. So, you spread this out thinly. As thin as possible while staying on the parchment paper. Now, why I'm being so picky about this, I usually wouldn't mind holes in it, but you want it as thin as you can get it, is that I am actually going to make another batch of this. You saw how much basil I have, and I love this salt. And this makes excellent gifts. I'm going to be giving away some basil salt to some friends. So while I have harvested all this basil, I'm going to make another batch. So now you put this in a 225-degree oven for 10 minutes. Then you're going to take it out, break it up, flatten it out again, put it in for another 10 minutes. And then you're going to let it cool. You'll process it again once it's cool and then put it in a jar. So first of all, I'm going to make my second batch. I'm going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes. I'll be back in 10 minutes and show you what it looks like after 10 minutes. And then we'll see where we go from there. Well, this is my double batch, and it's been in the oven for 10 minutes. So what you want to do is break it up. Pan's hot, so use your oven mitts. Break it as much as possible. Then spread it out again as thin as possible. It's a little thick there. Then you're going to put this back in the oven for another 10 minutes so it will continue drying out. And then we're going to let it cool. And once it's cooled down, I'll be back. And what you're going to do is put it back in the food processor. Make sure the food processor is dry. Process it again and then store it. So this goes back in the oven for another 10 minutes and then we'll be back to complete it. So the basil salt is out of the oven and I let it cool for a bit. I put it back into my food processor. Make sure your food processor is dry. It doesn't have to be completely dry. You know, after sitting for 20 minutes, a half hour, you can wipe it down with a paper towel and it's good. So then you just process again. And you have basil salt. The reason you want it cooled is so that when you put it in the container, it's dry, it's not going to get moldy. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to put that in, since I made a double batch, I'm going to put it in this jar. I have my canning funnel that I'll help to get it into the jar. But this is the jar I made last week. Basil salt. I'm just going to use my fingers so you can see. Oh, look at that. It is so good. It makes good gifts. You get a little decorative jar. Give it to people. They will love it. Basil salt. It is so easy to make. It tastes delicious. It's a way to use up your basil without using refrigerator freezer space. It will last the whole year till your next basil comes out. And you got, well, you put it in scrambled eggs. What did I make? Oh, I made a tomato cucumber salad last week and I put the basil salt in it. Oh, it was so good. Great on chicken, great on pork, great with everything. Basil salt. You gotta try it. It's so easy and delicious.